What's going on, guys? Well, it's been a year, almost a year, since we heard Kathleen Kennedy first reveal that there would be a rematch of the century between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Believe it or not, it has been an entire year. And of course, we've seen this concept art that you see here. And we all know that it's bullshit. We all know it's a cheap cash-in. It's the latest exercise in key dangling in front of gullible fans' faces. But I was going through my old data disks, well actually the files that I moved to my hard drive from my old data disks, and I found a very interesting file. It's a video that was leaked on the internet in January of 2004, so well over a year before Revenge of the Sith came out, and it was apparently at some kind of marketing summit where they had shown this footage to, I don't know who it was, if it was like marketing executives at retail outlets or what, but I have the footage here. And number one, it's a cool video to watch, period. Number two, some things are said that I think makes everything definitive. It makes everything final. Of course, we already knew this, but this just confirms it. And Lucasfilm, Disney Lucasfilm, is being intellectually dishonest if they try to rationalize this in any way. And that's what they're doing. And so are the pitiful fans of Disney Lucasfilm. Let's go through this video and see what they say in it.
I have been waiting for you, Obi-Wan. We meet again at last.
Obviously, this is being recorded on some kind of handheld device, whether a phone or a camcorder.
I still think the black helmet cape is the epitome of all evil, everything that was bad.
And of course, the marketing geniuses can never go wrong with AC/DC music, and I think this song is quite appropriate. Here you see some shots of Sydney, Australia, and the beautiful Sydney Harbour Bridge. That's where they filmed much of the prequel footage, including this duel.
As a kid, it was made you frightened, the idea of bumping into him was frightening.
Okay, some neat little comments with Ewan talking about Vader when he was a kid, whatever. That's great, but stay tuned because his comments get really interesting coming up, as does the footage. This is like very rare footage, guys. At this point in 2004, we had not seen anything like this, if any footage at all, and some of this didn't even make it into the final product. Now listen up to this right here, what Ewan is going to say. Here we go.
George has been very clever in tying up all the ends, and I think in terms of matching up 3 to lead on to 4, it's completely taken care of.
3 leading on to 4, it's completely taken care of. That's what he said. Now, Ewan McGregor is saying something else now. But the plan at that point was obviously that that was the last time they had seen each other until the real rematch in A New Hope. You've got all this cool backstage footage here. I've always been a fan of that. Stuff like From Star Wars to Jedi. Now, here we go with Hayden. Let's see what Hayden says.
It was just a spectacular fight that they wanted to do as much justice as possible, so we need to dedicate ourselves and give ourselves as much as we could.
So you guys know I've been a Star Wars fan since as far back as I can remember, and this duel was talked about as far back as the early 80s in magazine interviews and scripts and all that stuff. The duel was around a lava pit. So they want to do it justice, as he said, because they wanted to live up to that expectation that we'd heard about for 25 years at that point. But did he also mean that they want to do it justice because it was the final duel, the last time they met before the rematch, again, the real rematch in A New Hope? Because think about it, if you're Hayden Christensen, that's the last time in your mind that you're going to duel Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan Kenobi. They knew at that point there wasn't going to be anything, or they thought they knew. This rematch of the century bullshit from Kathleen Kennedy and Disney Lucasfilm is just that. It's bullshit. I mean, look at this. These guys are putting their heart and soul into this. All this green screen work, all the training, all the practice, all the swordplay. They really wanted to make this special. And for most fans, I think it was. Now they're going into some of the other footage, not just the duel. There's a shot right there from the Corellian Corvette, the blockade runner, the Tana V4. And again, guys, we had not seen anything up to this point. So I remember dissecting this video again and again on my computer, looking for little things and stuff like that. It was really cool. Now this right here, I didn't know what this was at first, but then I realized it was the Magna Guard duel on the invisible hand in the beginning of the movie. So again, more practice there, not just the duel with Anakin. Like, Ewan especially really put himself into this movie, and he was the older, much older of the two guys. And this isn't to say anything against them or their shape, but do you really see these guys 15, 16, 17 years later doing any better than they did in their prime? Are they really going to have a rematch of the century when they put this on when they were much younger? If I'm not mistaken, that's Nick Gillard right there, the stunt coordinator for the prequel films, and I think he really put together a lot of the choreography and stuff on this duel. And he also portrayed Luke Skywalker, stunt double in Return of the Jedi. Wonder what he thinks of all this rematch of the century stuff. And as we continue to watch this amazing footage here, let's ask the question. I wonder what a lot of them that worked on the original stuff, that helped create the original stuff, think of this. And all the other abominations that Disney Lucasfilm has put out over the last 7 years. What does George Lucas think of it? I think we know what he thinks. Last year, he said he lost control, and you could spin that any way you want, but I think we know the sentiment there. He had seller's regret. He had remorse for letting go of that which he loved. And now it's too late. Now it's in the hands of these subverters, of these cultural subverters, these key danglers. And what's sad is they're going to do what they're going to do, but it's the gullible, pitiful fans that keep giving them their money. That's the real tragedy here. And we have to stop doing that. Not just with Disney Lucasfilm, but with all of these woke, mega conglomerates in entertainment. Entertainment is discretionary spend, guys. Stop giving them your money. Hope you enjoyed this old footage. I wish I could have played the AC/DC soundtrack the whole time, but we know how that goes. We will catch you guys in the next one.